Welcome to the Sheckler Spotlight, where creativity meets purpose and conversation goes deeper. Join host Harrison Sheckler as he sits down with inspiring guests from all walks of life, artists, thinkers, musicians, and everyday heroes, to explore the stories that shape us, uplift us, and connect us. Now here's your host, Harrison Sheckler.
Hi, I'm your host, Harrison Sheckler. Today on the Sheckler Spotlight, I'm joined by the incredibly talented Yasmine Al-Bustami, an actress whose work spans everything from hit network shows to powerful faith-based dramas. You've seen her as Lucy Tara on NCIS Hawai'i, Monique on The Originals, and Rayma on The Chosen. She's brought depth and complexity to every role she plays, captivating audiences across genres. The spotlight is now on you. Yasmine Al-Bustami, welcome to the podcast.
Thanks, Mr. Harry, Dr. Harry.
I love it. Well, we have been
too.
having an awesome discussion before we got formally started, but
Yeah.
we're going to start at the beginning, your
Okay.
origin story. This is how I start with everyone, just so we get like a better insight into who you are and how you got to the point you are today. So I guess the first question is, what were you like as a kid?
I think I was I'd probably describe, I think I went through variations. I think I was trying to discover myself. I don't know, obviously, through my answers. So I feel like I started as a shy kid, and then I went through a rowdy phase,
Mm,
and then I went through another shy phase. And then the shyness, I think, is the one that kind of just stuck around a little bit more uh, until I found acting. I think that's when I started kind of like trying to get out of my shell.
yeah. And so how did it, like, were you always on the journey of acting, or how
Nope.
did that come into play, acting and
No.
finding the
Uh,
creative side?
I was always intrigued by it. I thought
Yeah.
it was super cool just watching things on TV and movies and all of that. I thought it was awesome. Um, but I got my degree. I went to school for business. So come from a very traditional family, and both of my parents were really big into education and, just the traditional routes of either business or engineering or anything medicine. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
and so out of all of that and business, so I just went to business. I went the business route because I couldn't imagine myself doing all the other stuff. And I wasn't passionate about any of it. And then I didn't know other things existed. Like we were talking about the podcasting. I didn't know that that was,
Yeah.
an
Just
option.
came to be.
Yeah. So I just went the business route, got my degree in finance, worked in finance and accounting, and then I couldn't imagine living my life that way for the rest of my life. I was like, well, this is boring. And so then I thought to just, add on hobbies and try on different things. Remembered that I was intrigued by acting, then just kind of followed the acting route in that sense. It's like, oh, let me check this out. Let me check this. Let me do classes. And then here we are. Now I'm talking to Dr. Harry.
Doctor, I love that. That's gonna
Yeah,
be
Dr.
formalized now.
Harry.
Everyone's gonna be, ooh, it's like Dr. Phil. Now it's Dr.
Yeah.
Harry.
Your podcast is going to turn into like a what's it? Like a therapy session. Dr. Phil.
Well,
Aw.
Yasmin,
Yes.
what issues do you have today that I can address? Do we
Oh,
need
I
to
mean,
bring
where do
any
you start?
past, open any closets, that you've
Oh
been
yeah.
work on some stuff? Okay,
Oh
we're
yeah.
gonna iron those
Always.
out. We'll have some surprise guest in today from your past, and you'll be like, "Oh no," and then you confront it. Yeah,
That would be so funny. I mean,
that would be
depending, but it
really
would be
funny.
so funny.
Oh gosh, I want to make a parody TV show on that now. I think that'd be hilarious. I should
Yeah.
just, yeah, maybe I should like shave my head and just have the hair on the sides like Dr. Phil. Oh, you
Like
need just
Dr.
a
Phil.
mustache, right? Or
Yep.
yeah,
Oh,
with
and
Dr. Phil.
he just had that big old mustache, and then you had
Yeah.
to put on a little Southern drawl because he had a
Southern
little,
Southern drawl. I don't know how
doesn't
to
he? Southern drawl.
Yeah, he does. He's from Texas, isn't he?
I think so. I think he's a Houston boy.
A Houston boy. Okay. Well, I'm an
Oh
Iowa boy.
no.
So
Yeah.
I'm corn fed. So
I still want to go to, do you still feed yourself corn?
No, I still feed my.
I
You know, I
don't
think
know.
you need your own podcast. You should have your own podcast and ask amazing questions like that.
They're
Because
just very random questions. It wouldn't be about,
do I
I don't know what
do
it would be about.
well, there's so many different types of corn. So sweet
What?
corn, yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Canned
sweet
corn. I
candy
know.
corn too.
Canned corn. Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
yeah.
Okay.
Cream corn. But no, actually, there's sweet corn is what you eat, and then
Yeah,
there's
on the
like the
cob.
yeah corn. Well, and then there's also in the fields. There's some corn that you don't eat, and that's mostly for like livestock. They don't eat the sweet corn. What you think of corn on the cob, that's the sweet corn. That's what you eat. And then so like in Iowa, known for corn, like my backyard, there's cornfields back there. I don't think I'm totally blanking on. It's not sweet corn, but it's whatever. My dad will
The
probably listen to this.
livestock.
So
The
livestock,
corn,
like,
the corn for the livestock is what you're talking about, where that's the corn. We don't
yeah,
eat
and
that.
then also
Is
what
it?
it's used for ethanol, like in cars and stuff.
Oh, oh, oh. Is it all, is it still on the cob?
Yes, it's still on
The
the
last.
cob.
I don't even know what the cob is. I now that I think about it, because we call Cobb salad, then anyway, this is what I do by myself. I just sit, I can't be alone for too long.
I love
Uh
this.
I'm actually very excited because I have a friend. I only
You have a
have
friend?
I was just gonna
Congratulations.
say, I
Yeah.
only have one friend that I know of now, too, from Iowa, unless someone has lied to me, but her name is Andy. She's awesome. So she's from
Oh,
Iowa. So I
Andy
can't,
from Iowa. Oh, yes.
yeah,
No, I'm kidding.
Andy from Iowa. And so I can't wait. I can't wait to tell her about my corn knowledge.
Sweet corn. And oh, what's the big brand? Harrington sweet corn is really big in Iowa. It's like
Harrington.
Harrington. Yep.
Harrington.
Maybe that's
Okay.
more in the northeast side where I don't know where Andy's from specifically, but
And neither do I. I haven't been. No, I'll ask her, but Harrington. Okay.
yeah. And I'm
Oh,
from a
this is so
small town
exciting.
called Charles City, Iowa. And its claim to fame is it had Hart Tractor Company. And so it was where they made the first tractor. So exciting.
Ooh. You know,
Yeah.
it's just so funny, these small towns, and you don't know until you go, they've
hmm
actually invented something cool. Like, that's pretty cool. And who would have thought? I wouldn't have thought in,
Yeah. Well, I mean, I love small town America.
me
Honestly,
too.
like Norman Rockwell and all of his paintings, going back to
Ah,
those old small town, those families, and just seeing
yeah,
how people live. Like I eat that up. It's so
it is so
nostalgic
cool.
too. But
Yeah.
there's a lot of great people that came from really small towns, like Abraham Lincoln. I think a small town in Illinois. Like so many people, presidents from small
Yeah.
towns, and yeah, it's
Yeah.
you got to give what do they say in The Music
Awesome.
Man? You got to give Iowa a try, is what they say. Have you ever seen that?
Man,
The Music
it's a
Man?
movie, huh?
76 trombones in the bit. No,
I
no,
haven't seen it. Who's in
uh,
Music Man? Not Tom Cruise.
no. Tom
No,
Cruise
because it's
is
not an action.
maybe one day. Hugh Jackman was just on, I think, the Broadway tour
Of
of
Music Man?
The Music Man. But okay, so Meredith Wilson is from Mason City, Iowa, and that's
Okay.
like really close to where I'm from. It's another small
Okay.
town, and he wrote the musical The Music Man.
Okay.
Um, what's the okay? Let me Google this real quick.
The
The
other, yeah,
oh, go ahead. While I Google
Meredith
this.
Wilson. So he wrote that. The other music movie that I saw that I remember had Andrew Garfield in it and Vanessa Hudgens, I
Yeah,
think.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
What's that called? Bang
Tick,
Bang? Boom Boom?
tick, tick, boom.
Tick, tick. Oh boy, I don't need, I like, this is why I need to know my thing, my shit. I don't know.
I,
Boom was in there. I got Boom. I got Boom.
it's close enough. I think you said,
Tick,
yeah.
tick. What was
Um, Meredith
you were
Wilson.
looking?
So
Yeah,
it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. You know that
like
song?
Christmas.
Yes,
Yes.
yes. So he wrote that one. So, but he also wrote The Music Man, which is based in River City, which is just Mason City, but he renamed the city, and it's about this. what's it, Harold Hill. He comes to the town and he is like he's a scammer or a con artist or whatever, and he tries to sell musical instruments but knows nothing about music, and it's a
That's
whole
fun.
thing, and he marries a librarian who falls in blah 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 blah. You'll have to watch The Music Man. It's
Okay.
really cheesy, but it's Iowa, and you'll understand kind of like where I am from, my world.
Yeah. How often is your family still there?
Yeah, so my dad owns a dental practice in small town Charles City. My
Love
mom's
it.
a
Just
hygienist.
general. Oh,
Yep,
okay.
general.
Is that where they met? Is that how they
It was
met?
so they met at the University of Iowa, in Iowa City.
Ah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. And so we're big Iowa Hawkeye fans. And that's actually where my love for football. That's where that's
Love
sort of
it.
because we had season tickets to the Iowa Hawkeye football
Ah,
games.
that's so
Going to
nice.
see that. Yeah, no, that's yeah. So they still live in Charles City. My dad, his dad, is 93, lives just around the corner, and so they help take care of him. And
Yeah.
my sister, and I actually both just recently moved to Kansas City, and so like I told
Okay.
you, I'm director of music at a church and a professor, but she is an architect or interior designer and architect, and so she
Ah,
works downtown, and like she's just finishing um designing the Jaguar football stadium in Jacksonville, Florida.
that's cool. What are
That
they
is pretty
doing?
cool.
Is it supposed to be a surprise for when the season starts?
No, well, they're doing a huge renovation. I think they may. I wish she was here because she would
Oh
just
my
like show
gosh.
you all the designs and
Interview
stuff.
her. You should interview her. Have you
My
interviewed
sister,
your
I
sister yet?
should. That
Yeah.
would really be the Sheckler
And your
spotlight,
parent.
wouldn't it?
Yes,
And my
it would.
parents.
Oh
Oh
my
my
God, you
gosh.
should tell her right now to start recording what she's doing so then you can use that footage for I should want me, do you need a manager? I should just be
Yeah,
your manager.
yeah. You really should. You heard it here first, everyone. Yasmin's
Yeah,
going to
I'm
be my
offering.
manager. So while she's busy doing all these great things, she's going to be like,
Behind the
and
scenes.
that Dr. Harry. If all my family's on here, it's really going to be a show like Dr. Phil. I hope it's
That
not
would
like intervention or anything when my whole family's on the spotlight.
that would be or remember what was the show that I would whenever you were in school and then you'd go home midday, that Maury, is it Maury where people are trying to figure out who the dad is?
Oh, oh
Was
my
it,
gosh.
you know
Yeah,
what I'm
I
talking
mean, I'm
about?
I'm so active, so I don't know how many children I have out there, but
I know.
um
But it's like I feel like that's such everyone comes on and everyone's just like hating on everybody. It's like the whole family. Or Jerry Springer. Jerry
Jerry
Springer.
Springer, when I
Jerry
was in
Springer.
Cincinnati, he was in front of me in front of me in Starbucks line getting a coffee, and that was like when I just went to school. So I just didn't. He used to be the mayor of Cincinnati, and so I was just like, yeah, I had no clue. And then all of a sudden, it's like, you know who that was? I'm like, no.
Do you remember Mr. Springer's coffee order? I'm wondering.
Honestly, no. But it's probably just like something black coffee,
Oh,
whatever. Yeah,
mhm.
boring.
Oh, I
What?
didn't know that he
Okay,
was
here's
there.
here's a really important question. Are you a coffee drinker? Oh, you have your Starbucks there. Okay, so for
Can you just wait? I have two right now. This is how today it is. Let's see, we're at Central Time. It's 2 p.m. or something, 2:15. I have
yeah.
another cup right there. I will not leave. I was gonna go get it. I literally have two cups. I'd be,
Yeah, I think I've had half a pot today, but usually by now I have a pot. So if you think I'm
ah,
like jittery right now, I apologize, but I
how
and
do
I
you
drink it
take?
black.
Okay, me
So,
too.
yeah.
Do you put any kind of sweetener
No.
or like honey? Okay. I know I scoff at those people.
So do you put honey
No,
in
I
all
don't.
that stuff? Oh,
No,
okay.
I really don't. I
Okay,
don't.
okay, okay. You're being honest. I wasn't sure if like I totally like squashed it. You're just like, oh, he doesn't like putting anything in there. So
And it's so crazy. I'll try it. Even just a little hint of it. It's still black, no cream or anything, just like maybe a little bit of sugar or something. And it just tastes so sweet to me. I can taste just a little bit of sweetness and it's too sweet. I do like the earthy, like just the punch in the mouth.
if it didn't have caffeine though,
Hmm. I don't
like
understand.
decaf,
Don't understand.
it's like sacrilegious at that point. I don't know what you can't do it.
Yeah, I only will do it if that's the only option because that just happened a few days ago where I was somewhere And that sounds so vague. I was somewhere, and then the kitchen did not have, they ran out of regular coffee, and the only thing left was decaf. And I
I
did
guess you
it.
have to do what you have to do to survive, but
Yeah. But it
no,
does
that's not.
put you in a bad mood sometimes, you know? I
Yes,
don't
I
know.
do. Oh yeah.
When you're,
I'm someone that I mean, okay, so 11 years of college, you have to be a
yeah.
coffee drinker. And so I got to that this past year, I could drink coffee right before I went to bed out like a baby. It does not affect me. I don't think the caffeine
Same.
affects me. And even if I went through withdrawal, I mean, well, I guess I can't really say. I don't, we'll have to see. That's to be determined what happens if I don't have coffee. Probably
Have
would be
you
kind of scary.
have you gone on like a detox or something? I know just thinking about that is scary.
Mhm. Have I gone on a
Have you ever like
detox?
given it up for, I don't know, a few days, a week, or just to try and see what would happen to you?
I did a week canoeing in the Boundary Waters. And we did so that's it's the waters that border between Minnesota and Canada up in the Boundary Waters. And so
Oh,
I
they're
was
called
out,
boundary waters.
yeah, boundary, yeah, exactly. And so I was canoeing with a friend. We went out into the bush and did not have coffee. And so it was about a week where we were just out in the forest, just living off the land, and there's not coffee out there. Um,
Oh my
I think
God.
I was ready to come back, and I think it was
Yeah.
probably because of coffee. Also
Yeah.
because it was like pouring rain sometimes, and we're sleeping in these like hammock things. You know, you're wrapped up, and the mosquitoes look like little
Ah,
birds. So
ah.
yeah,
Is this in the summertime or springtime?
this was June of I don't know, like
Okay.
3 years ago, something like that. Yeah.
So then it's also hot during the day.
Oh yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
my
So I mean,
gosh.
you're out canoeing. There's like
Beautiful. I love that part.
bears, moose, and all these like cool
That's cool.
wildlife and stuff. And we did a lot of fishing. I'm a big fisherman.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I mean, are you an outdoor person? Have you ever been, do you like going out in the outdoors?
Well, I would need help depending on what I'm doing.
Okay, so
I
like,
could do it. I've just had enough experience. That's a very complicated, it's not complicated. Uh,
yes, tell me
I
what is your
have
background? What in your
Dr.
childhood about
Harry.
the outdoors? What can we address here, Yasmin?
No, I've actually had amazing experiences. I don't think that I'm surprised that I'm alive. But when I repeat some stories back to people, I can understand their concern and I can understand where maybe I um, wasn't as fully prepared as I probably should be. And I've just been very lucky, I think. And I've just gotten very lucky. Um, so I'll say that. I like the outdoors and I like what's it called? I love road tripping. I
Oh
do a
yeah.
lot of things by myself too because one of the things that it just frustrates me sometimes is trying to figure out so many people's plans all together and figuring out when are you free? When are you free? And then something happens last minute. So I know I'm free now, so I will just go now. And so I'll do that. And that's very invigorating. That's always so fun. Um, but then it's not like my car is stashed with the item. So just in case I were to get stuck somewhere, and I think it's because I do things alone a lot,
Hmm.
then that's probably where I don't, I've just gotten lucky and it's been fine. But yeah, I don't know if I would know what to do during an emergency. I just kind of figure it out.
Interesting. How
Yeah.
would you tie that in? So like the characters that you've played and their personalities. So like let's say Lucy. Okay. How
Yeah.
would how would you take Rayma, Lucy, Monique, any of your characters? How do you think they would fare like in the outdoors?
Lucy is badass, so she totally she'd figure it out too, but she wouldn't be nervous about it. She wouldn't think about it. I guess it's kind of like, almost kind of like me, because I kind of don't think about it, and I'm like, I'll figure it out once I get there. But she just is like, there's a gusto about her. Rayma is very like happy-go-lucky and
Yeah.
just excited about life. And I feel like she would just be going. She it's not that she would be oblivious to the things around her. It's just she's just so positive and believes the best and wants the best and just sees everything. It's the world is so light filled for her.
I
So
love
she
that.
just
Yeah.
sees the world that way, which is beautiful. Even if maybe she comes across a bad person, that person is just probably having a bad day, and it's okay. We're just going to talk to him for a little bit. So I can kind of see, I can kind of see some similarities there, in that way too. Monique, I call her the bitch witch
Yeah,
because
I think that's what a lot of people, their impression
she's
of
not
her.
nice.
No.
It was not nice at all. So that she's an asshole.
Yeah,
So she
pretty
wouldn't.
much. Sorry, this is like
No,
watching
it's
the
true.
show. It is. I mean, you played it very well. It was good. I
Oh
don't
man,
think,
thanks.
yeah, I
I
don't think a
think
lot of people like the character, but I think that was kind of the point, right?
Yeah. No, she'd be very disrespectful. She would
Hmm.
not, she'd go into a small town that's not her town and just kind of like fuck shit up. So she is not a nice person at all. And then she would just be broody. If things didn't go her way, like if she took a group trip, I don't, if she, it would need to be her way. Otherwise, she'd just throw a hissy fit and
Yeah,
then just make everybody else feel horrible about the trip too. And then no one would have a good time.
I could see that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she sucks to go on a trip with.
no road trip in there. Okay,
No.
so if let's say you, Yasmin, you had to like give yourself a character description. So you're reading a script and
Ooh.
the character that pops up is Yasmin, okay? And you had to
Yeah.
go down the list and say like, the character description of like all the little things that really makes that person come to life on the page. What's your list? Where would you start? And
Can I actually do something?
yes.
Um, I would
Mhm.
like to throw that question to you
Oh,
with you just talking to me for however long we've been talking. What would my character description be? I would like
oh,
to hear what people
interesting. Okay, so how you come across? Well,
or
oh,
whatever you
this
want to.
is good. This is good. I'm okay. Put me on the spot. Okay, I like
Isn't it?
this.
It's the spotlight.
That's good. That's really good. Okay, so how would I put this? Hmm. Character description of Yasmin. Well, obviously, someone who's very amiable, okay, very friendly and open. You are someone that we don't have to, on the surface, we don't have to, super easy to like from right off the bat, okay? And I feel like you have a persona that you portray to everyone, but there's a lot to dive in, okay, to this person.
Uh-huh.
And your your conversational skills are very adept and you like to learn about the person and the people that you surround yourself with. And I feel like
Mhm.
that's where your comfort zone is because you really try to learn who you're with. Okay. But it also, so this is me, my Dr. Phil going,
I like
but
it.
it could also maybe in some scenarios be where you're flipping it and maybe you're being more guarded. I don't know. Maybe this is coming
Hmm.
into like a horoscope. Okay. So where
Yeah.
you don't want to dive too much into your own self. I feel like you're pretty open, but you're careful. Okay. Because I think you're a
Mhm.
smart person. You also gave the hint of like a finance background, traditional family values. Okay. So I
Mhm.
can relate to that. That's kind of my
Yeah.
upbringing as well. And I don't know. I'm still kind of getting the character description, and I'm going to be careful with my words because I don't want to like, you know.
Oh, you can't offend me. It's fine.
No,
I don't
I'm not
mind.
going to offend you.
Yeah.
No, I think it just am I kind of following?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's pretty accurate. That feels very accurate. And it's just depending on who, I'm not gonna just like talk willy-nilly about myself to anybody. But yeah, I feel out the person. And then it becomes more kind of like what you were saying about making people feel comfortable on a podcast or just it's nice to have that flowing kind of conversation. And I feel like that happens when both parties equally try to get to know each other and are equally interested, hopefully both good listeners And because then that's how the conversation goes to, flows, it just flows in a more natural
It's natural. It
way.
resonates, with the listener more so. And you build more of a personal connection with the person. It's not, like I said before, the facade of putting on a face,
Yeah.
and no one wants that. Everyone listening, no one wants that. They
No.
want the real person. I guess. Oh, and then okay, let's see. So I kind of started with that character's description of you.
Hmm.
I think, like I said, you're very friendly and open and uh outgoing. I think, but it's because you like mirror the person that you're talking to. Like I would assume that if you went into a room with a bunch of serious Wall Street bankers, you're not going to necessarily be the same. Like there'll be hints of it, but you're going to
Yeah.
probably fit the room and the vibe. I feel like
Yes.
you vibe. If like you vibe with whatever scenario you're in. Am I accurate, or am I just kind of going
Yes.
like on a tangent?
No, that is pretty accurate. And then depending on the situation, I do like to throw in, I feel like humor is because I'm thinking of just your example right now of going into a room filled with Wall Street
Hmm.
folks. I would probably throw in, I just feel like if people are too hoity-toity and too like uppity, what's this called? I'm doing this because there's a word too, their necktie is too tight. There's a word for this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know. I,
There's
I
like
keep
some
thinking of like
idiom.
someone with a wedgie is all I'm
They're too
thinking of right
tight.
now. They're uptight. Yeah, yeah. I know. I
Uptight.
know. I know
Up,
what you're going for.
yeah.
Yeah.
There is like a little, I don't know, there's a saying. Anyway, so they're just too uptight. They're too uptight. I try to like I see it as a challenge because I I personally don't like to feel uncomfortable in a room. And some people do that on purpose just because they get off on it. And I don't know why, like whatever power dynamic, but I really like to make people feel comfortable. So if that if that's how the atmosphere feels, where it's just so on the edge of your seat, I would try to loosen it up, just depending again on what the meeting's about, whatever we're talking about. So I'd probably come in with a joke and just see and feel it out and test the waters.
I
Just
love
a
that.
light food.
No, I think you're pretty good at that. I mean, from the get-go, you were just really down to earth and
No,
uh
thanks.
yeah, easy going. Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
well, you're
So,
easy to talk to.
oh,
So
I
that's again,
appreciate
it's
that.
part of
Thank
the
you.
other person. Yeah.
Yeah, I could be just like, oh my gosh, I have this whole list of questions that I have to just go down and you have to
And
answer them, blah, 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 blah.
I've had that. I've had that. And those are just kind of like, again, going back to how do you make, I would prefer that. And then it feels like, I don't know why the podcaster feels like they're doing a bad job because if they don't get to their questions and
I'm
it's
gonna
not as
sit back and relax. I'm
successful.
listening to this. Yes.
Good. Um, and I think overall, it's the transactional part of it. If it feels transactional, ooh, I don't like that. I
Yeah,
do
it's
not
like,
see that.
oh, thank you for coming on to the podcast. We really want to dive into your character and how do you relate with it and make sure that, for whatever production you're on, that you're really presenting them with, your tailored answers, blah, blah, blah. Okay. No, I don't want to deal with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. Is that fun for you? I don't know. I'm putting words in your mouth. You answer that question.
No, it's not. This
Okay.
is okay. Honestly, if I had to like to be really real, like I think the best conversations or podcast, it's kind of like when you first like first date, okay? So when you go with someone on a first date and you're like really excited and you want to get to know the person, and so
This is like
you
romantic. First date romantic.
yeah, it could yeah, when you have like the butterflies and the jitters and you want to like get each other you put each other at ease, right? And but you
Uh-huh.
also want to put on a good face for the you want to put your best self forward, right? But then
No,
you don't want to put your best self get out of here. Okay, so you're
no. We'll talk about this later. But yes, continue your talking. But yes, we'll discuss. Yes.
oh yeah, okay, we'll dive into this. But I guess what I'm getting at is the best conversations are kind of like a first date where the eventually, if it's going well, you start to ease into it and it just back and forth. It's like ping
Uh,
pong, boom, 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 boom. You just one idea after the other and it flows. And then all of a sudden it's 3 hours later and you're like, well, where did the time go? I just had an amazing time visiting with someone I really enjoy. Does that make
Yeah.
sense?
Oh,
Yeah.
when was the last time you had a great first date? That's so
Okay.
nice.
Really? Oh,
Or
amazing first
second or
date.
third, or I don't know.
Um,
Or yeah, first date,
that's a great
romantic.
question. It's been
Is it?
probably,
You were the one that talked about it.
yeah, that's true. Well, I would say the last time it's been a few years though. I've been like so
Okay.
focused on my studies that I haven't really like I'm finally Dr. Sheckler got that out of the way and now free and ready to mingle, I guess, right? Single and ready to
Yeah,
mingle, whatever that is. Yeah. So
I know, free and
I
ready.
guess I
Free.
have
I hope you're always free.
whatever the saying is, that's yeah, whatever. But no, it's been a while. I guess that's what just any conversation though is when you can get into that state where you're super relaxed and not thinking about when time flies. I guess that's where
Yeah,
it's really something special is happening, right?
yeah. That's one of my favorite um Latin sayings. I think it's Latin. Tempus, have you ever seen this? Tempus, and I don't know if I'm pronouncing this correctly. Tempus fugit, fugit. Tempus fugit.
Fuck it,
Someone
time flies. Who cares?
Tempus fugit. I don't know, but it means literally when you translate it, it's time flies.
I took 4 years of Latin and I'm not remembering this at all.
I took
But
1 year, and that's the only thing I remembered. No, I lied. I lied. I just did 1 semester.
okay, okay,
Yeah.
interesting. Well, no, I do like that saying though. Okay, but what were you were gonna you said no to something about like trying to put on a good
Oh yeah,
impression.
no. No, I would rather, I mean, I have done that before, not on date, just like on when when I have like an interview, I try to put my best foot forward and put on my best face, et cetera, et cetera. But as I have continued living on this earth, I feel I like to see how people will just react to me, just me
The
being
real
me.
you. Hmm.
Hmm. And then it kind of just knocks him out really easily. Is that the word? Knocks him out. My sayings suck. I
No,
don't know.
this
You know what I
is,
mean? Like it
no, I
not
totally
knocks
know
him
what you mean.
out. Um,
Fuck it.
it 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 just weeds him away, weeds him out, weeds
Weeds them
him
out. Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
I don't do lawn work, so I don't think about weeds.
Okay.
Um,
This is so funny. Um,
weeds him out. Just get them out of the way, you know? And then that's how I find people who are into my humor or think I like people who think I'm funny because, I like
life's
to,
too short not to
life
laugh.
is
Okay.
very short.
Oh my gosh. You just have to. People call me Happy Harry because I'm always laughing all
Oh,
the time. Yeah, I think it's cute.
I
But
love
like that's
it.
just kind of like how I live my life. And
Have you
like when
always been
we
happy?
no, my parents would say I was a grumpy teenager, at some points. But no, I think for the most part I'm a pretty easygoing guy and very close with my sister and
Oh,
family and yeah, my friend group, very devoted friend, and just I think I personally I feel always so weird like talking about myself, like trying to give myself like good accolades or whatever.
oh,
Um,
I know that is
but yeah, no,
always, I agree.
I would say that I'm pretty easy to get along with. I mean,
Hmm.
yeah,
Yeah,
okay,
I can
okay.
vouch for it.
Here, okay, throwing the question, what would you give me a character description if you had to
Oh,
do this?
I would say about Mr. Dr. Harry, uh, it from the get-go, you are also very intuitive. You're able to pick up on folks where they're at. You can meet them where they're at too. And depending on their personality, depending on even if you know them really well, I feel like because I just met you, but I haven't seen you with other people. So people that you know is what I'm thinking about. I can see because you were just talking about family. So I can see you being very in tune with just knowing if something's wrong,
Mm,
what's wrong, just picking up on your EQ. You have a very high EQ, I think. So not even with people that you know, but even with people that you are just meeting, you can just kind of pick up on that, which makes sense that you're able to talk to people like this. And then also teach. I feel like that takes It takes that to be able to and you mainly teach kids, is that right? Or do you teach adults too?
I've taught all ages. I've
Oh,
had
and then now you're at the
people,
college.
yeah, so mainly it's
Yeah.
undergrad students, but yeah, no, I've taught all ages, like
Yeah.
super old, super young beginners. Yep.
And do you get along equally with all ages, or do you gravitate towards a specific age group? Or does it depend on personality? Um,
I think it's a kind of all of the above, but I would say mainly my I enjoy really passionate college students because
ah,
they're at a level where they want to pursue it,
yes,
on a
they're
higher
serious.
level. Yeah, they're really
Yeah.
serious about it. And so then I can get super detailed with the nuances of what makes someone who's just an amateur and just enjoying it, but like brings it to life. There's
Yeah.
just like a little, like with a professional, there's just something that makes it magical that I get
Yeah.
excited about. And when I get to
Yeah.
talk about that with someone who already has the skill set and like the foundation and technique, then I can just like run with it. I'm like, okay, we're going to sing today. We're going to make the piano sing. So that's what excites
Because
me.
y'all can nerd out.
Yes. Yeah. We can nerd out.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But
Yeah.
like in a cool, yeah.
My,
Piano
my
nerd out.
students say it, I'm a nerd. Yep. So there's your character description is a music nerd.
Yeah.
That's probably one of the
Yeah.
first things. Yep.
And the fact that you still love music nerd, but specifically piano, then violin,
Yeah.
but like
Hmm.
piano makes you feel alive.
Hmm.
And if you did not have the piano, what would, okay. Um, okay. I wasn't sure how appropriate that was to ask, so I stopped myself.
You can ask whatever you want. This is whatever.
Well, no.
Okay. That's fair.
No. Well, no, because it's I go, my mind can be dark sometimes too.
Yeah, but that makes the full spectrum of the person. And I don't think dark's a bad thing. It's not
I don't
something
think
you
it's a
should
bad thing
stray.
either. No,
Yeah,
I just don't
yeah.
want people to get the wrong idea. I think about death
That's
and
a really interesting topic.
oh, I'm so happy you think so. What do you think about it?
I love this.
Oh boy. Yeah.
Death. Okay. I just think it's a transition. I just think it's not something I really fear. I think a lot of people fear it
Hmm.
just because it's the unknown, which that, yeah, what you don't know is scary. So I'll acknowledge that. I'm not scared of death. I think so, like my background, I have the traditional, like a Catholic background, right? So I had that Catholic upbringing.
My
Um,
mom is Catholic, or she is Catholic.
okay, yeah. So you understand, like, there's that upbringing and there's certain beliefs about it. Um, I'm still practicing Catholic, but I feel like there's so much more out there that we just don't know. Okay. And that only after death we'll know. Um, maybe.
I,
You know what I mean? Like we
we
just
could all be wrong. I know, I
exactly.
do. I have no idea.
And so, and I think, and so that goes into a whole topic of like, you have one life to live and you have choices of what you want to believe. And faith is just jumping into something that is the unknown. It's a leap of faith, right? You don't know. Like faith, when people say, like, well, how do you believe what you believe? Well, faith. I mean, it sounds like a
Mhm.
cop out in a way, but it's like,
Yeah.
no, it's because you've made the choice. It's a conscious
Yeah.
choice to say that I want to believe this, and that's the way that it's going to bring me fulfillment in my life, right? Now,
Mhm.
death, like I was saying, I think it's just, if I have to get really like technical and not like on a religious side or anything, I think it's so energy, what do we say? Energy never disappears or whatever, it just transfers. So I think when we die, whatever energy we are, our consciousness or whatnot, continues. And I don't
Ah,
know, have the answers to what that is. I
yeah.
believe I take on the thing that we go to heaven, that we have an afterlife. And that's what I like to believe because that's where my faith comes in.
Yeah.
But I could be totally wrong. And so I
Yeah.
guess that's how I like there's some people who are so set in their ways where they have to tell everyone else this is the way they should believe.
Yep.
That is not how I live my life. My life is I have these certain set of beliefs. I love to hear what your beliefs are, and
Hmm.
we can all live in harmony.
Hmm.
Does that make sense? I don't
That makes
know.
complete sense.
Okay, so
Yeah.
how death?
Yeah.
Yasmin,
Yeah.
tell me
Well, I was just thinking,
where do you come from death?
only because the way that you worded it, you said it makes you feel, piano makes you feel alive. And so then
Mm,
I just thought my dark mind went to, man, if you didn't have the piano, what would happen to you? Like if you didn't have the piano, if you didn't have the capabilities of playing a piano, um, just because it just makes you feel so lively, then
hmm
what would what would happen?
Yeah, so would I still have life within me, right? There
Yeah,
is a
yeah.
there is a beautiful poem that just popped in my head.
I like poems.
Christopher John Brennan, an Australian poet. It was a love poem. It's because she asked me why I loved her, and I think the end is, um, I must love because I live, and life in me is what you give. Is the ending of the poem. So I mean, it's very sweet, right? Um, and so I guess my love with music, it's something that brings me immense joy. But if I had to bring it to a Christian standpoint, and with God, the creator, I would say he gave me these talents. And so I find joy through it and life in it because I can give back to the creator. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So that's what fulfills me. But he also gave me life, like an actual life where even if I didn't have those nice things he gave me, then I can still find something to enjoy. It's my life isn't dependent upon some talent or creative endeavor. I mean, it might be hard, but
Sure.
there's a lot of great things to enjoy in life, even
Yeah.
outside of music. But I have to say, I think music's my favorite. But
Yeah.
I don't know what brings you life. Like what excites you? What do you wake up every day being like, oh my gosh, this is what I'm meant to do. This is I feel at home, I guess is the way I would put it.
Yeah. I try to read that question. I don't know how often. I don't have like a timeline on that. So I feel like I'm in in like a maybe a transition mode right now. It's still storytelling. I still
Yeah.
really that whenever I come across a cool story that's just that gets me out of bed because I just want to, learn more about it or do just any kind of project where I'm just passionate about the story is
Mhm.
I get excited because I'm like, oh, I get to work on this and to whatever capacity. Um, then that's always, and it's always fun if you have multiple stories going on because I'd get bored probably if it's just like one thing. So it's
Right.
nice
Yeah.
to explore. So that invigorates me. And I'm making sure, I just want to make sure that that is the thing still. So right now it is, um, only because if I don't have that, then I sometimes wonder, I'm like, man, what do I, what do I, what are other things that I love, or what are other things that I want to explore? And is there something in the world that I have not tried yet? Have I know for sure I haven't exhausted um, any of that, like any of the types of experiences I can go out and go out and do. Uh, so right now, I still would say it's storytelling, even if it's not working on a specific project. Then it's more so exploring life because I just get so much inspiration just from me living, period. You know,
Yeah. Hmm.
I like talking to people. I like, and you never know what situations you'll get yourself in. I never try to force any kind of situation, but that's why I don't know, it's just fun to go out there sometimes and just do something weird and you don't know where it's going to go. Yeah. So I even see that as storytelling, and that's always cool and fun. And you never know who you're going to meet and what conversations you're going to have. So that's exciting.
Oh, absolutely. So would you say you're just simply a creative at heart and you're kind of just open to creative outlets or
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
so. I guess thank you for translating. I think so because you can express it in different ways, which is
Hmm.
probably what you were getting at too, of, just even if you didn't have piano, you would still find
I would
something
probably
where
find
I could,
writing, I love
yeah,
writing.
yeah.
I haven't really put anything out there, but like that's another
Oh, I
creative
get it.
outlet. Yeah.
Hmm.
Do you
What do you
write?
write? I do. I mean,
Mm,
not like actively, and not anything specific, but I do, and it really is whenever you just feel so enmeshed with enmeshed. What's the word? I'm just trying to sound
immersed.
smart. Yeah.
Don't worry, you don't have to sound smart.
So I was trying to use just a word where I was like, I feel like it goes here.
Oh, what is it? Mike, what is it? The Michael Scott
I
says
love
like,
him.
yes. Oh, he's is it Michael Scott? He says like, uh, I start a sentence and I don't know where it's going, but I hope I find it. I think it's something that he said or something like that. And I just like love that. I think The Office is like, that is a great TV show.
I say it's so, and then Steve Carell is just awesome. I say that he's my spirit animal, Michael Scott.
Okay.
I get him. I totally get him. It's kind of like, do you watch, is it Curb Your Enthusiasm with Larry David?
Yep. Hmm.
What do you, I think he's right the majority of the time. I'm like, I get it. I understand why he's angry in this situation, but then everybody else around him makes him feel like he's the idiot. I'm like, I thought that was like a very smart move, or I don't think he did anything wrong right there.
Well, because I think he's just like he's a little reactionary where it's just like everyone's too worried about pleasing everyone. And Larry, no, Larry's just
Mhm.
like, no,
Yeah,
this is the way it's supposed to
I
be.
like
I'm
him.
gonna say what
Yeah,
I want, what's on my
yeah.
mind, and F you if you don't.
Yep.
It's just like, and then he goes on and another day, lives another day.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of refreshing after a while. But
I enjoy
actually,
it.
I think that's one thing that I'm working on is trying not to please everyone. You know,
Ah. Hmm.
and I'm not really a people pleaser because trust me, I have a lot of enemies throughout because I was kind of hard headed and
Ah.
said hard headed in the sense like I didn't cater to, I guess in the words of Frank Sinatra, I did it my way.
Ah.
But
Love Frank.
yeah, so yeah, I guess that's the way I went about it. But I just feel like you have to be true to yourself and not try to put on a front to
Yeah.
whoever because you're not living life to the fullest. You're just being a ghost of whatever you could be. Like I don't know what I'm
Although,
saying.
although if you went on a, that makes sense. Like that may, haha, you just did a Michael Scott. You just start talking and figure it out. Although on a first date, you would not do that because you want to put your best foot forward.
Yeah, but it's been a long time since I've had a first date, so that might
Yeah, I
be a
know.
first date for me. And we're starting anew.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
like to call them hangouts.
Well, I think that's the best way. And oh man, people put way too much pressure on a first date. It's
I
like,
don't get it.
no,
I really do.
it's
Yeah.
yeah. Well, were you ever thought about that?
Oh, well, just nobody says date. No one says, can I take you out on a date? So it's kind of like, I don't want to assume that's like a whole nother kind of story. I never want
Because
to
assume
assume,
makes an ass out of you and me.
you know?
Ass you me. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Ask you me. Oh boy. That's how I'm gonna teach if I have a child, that's how I'm gonna teach my child to spell assume. Be like, just
Ass you
ask
me.
you me.
And
And
they're
then
gonna
that's
have a
when
great Latin lesson too.
all stop it, bug it.
Yes, exactly.
You're gonna go to school and teach. My God, I'm gonna get in trouble.
They'll
Better.
they'll be they'll be cultured, they'll be well rounded,
Yeah.
and they'll be independent souls, which will be awesome. No,
Oh
I
yeah.
think with the dating scene though, I don't even know what it is now because people, well, people are afraid to go up to someone to initiate. Like guys are afraid. It seems like these younger kids, they don't like ask girls out at all.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're afraid of rejection, but also like it seems like women are like I shouldn't be talking for women, but it seems like you
Talk for women.
no.
You have experience with, you're close to, I'm a woman. I'm like, do it. Why not? Because this is how, you have to. You're not talking for them. You're just, and you're close to your sisters. I'm sure
Yeah.
y'all have these conversations. So you
Well,
have experience with
it
women.
seems like it's not culturally appropriate now to like go up and talk to like approach
It's
someone like a
tough.
stranger, like like you see in like these old movies and stuff, like the guy goes up
Yeah.
and I'm gonna go, win the girl over or whatever, and she's sitting over at the table or whatever, and have this spark. But now it's like I need to go on this like a dating app or something online, and I have to swipe and have this very impersonal first. I mean, that's just I don't like that.
Can I share a story? I
Yes.
I downloaded one of those apps one time
Hmm.
and the I downloaded it. Let me walk you through the process. Okay. So download, installed on my phone now, but now you have to create a profile. So you
Hmm.
go in and like input your information and then insert pictures. So now I'm creating my profile. I didn't even make the thing live yet. And so now I'm creating it and I'm inserting this stuff. And then I start crying.
Oh.
I started crying because I'm like, what am I doing? This is not what I don't like. This is not how I want to meet somebody. This isn't what I want to. I don't even like being on the phone. Like, I don't like, you ask any of my friends, I suck at texting. Unless I have to schedule something, then I'm great. But
Hmm.
I'm not, I don't know. I like to be out there and meeting people in that way. There's something still, it's probably just the traditional way of, I don't know. Yeah, it's just so different now. Everything is just so technological, and that's it. That's all I have to say.
Okay, so if you're gonna have to give advice for this next generation of dating or whatever, or finding someone, or what would your advice be?
Put yourself out there.
Put yourself, because like what do you have to lose?
Yeah, I mean that's how we learn growing up. It's kind of like, oh man, it's like even not even with dating, it's with just people in general. Remember whenever we were kids and you would just
Hmm.
go up to somebody and be like, "You want to be my friend?
Yep. And the
You
magic
want to
happens, and all of a
you
sudden
want to
you're
go play?"
friends, and you're like, how did it start?
Yeah, and then sometimes someone says no and it hurts your feelings, but then now you have to deal with it, but you'll never give yourself the opportunity to deal with it, rejection, unless you put yourself, not that, of course it's very difficult to do that. So, but it's being able to figure out how when I am in the situation, then how do I like it sucks, but how do I want to how do I want to deal with it? What do I want to gain from this? What do I want to learn from this? And if you're not in those situations, then how will you know how to get out of those situations? We've all been rejected. And so I just don't understand why, yeah, there's just like it's a world where people don't put themselves on purpose in front of obstacles. They don't cha there's no challenge anymore that people are doing. And I just feel like I talked this is something that I wondered for a while. Rite of passages,
Hmm.
like everyone like just in times of your life you have a rite of passage, like a rite of passage to go into adolescence, to go into adulthood, to go into I don't know, your older years. But I just feel like we don't have that kind of like if we were living on the land and we were like some kind of tribe, I feel like we don't have, there aren't really like what are the rites of passages now? You know what I mean?
That's a good, yeah. And I feel everyone kind of had the same rite of passages. Like it just, this is, you know, everyone had those certain moments where you had, the first girl you asked out, or rejection, or I don't know what's another one, like going to college is a rite of passage, or if you go to
Yeah.
college, it just certain life moments that we all have like similar experiences. Those are very surface level, but there's some really detailed ones. And I feel that this next generation in a way is like, is it stilted, stunted, stilted, whatever, they're not.
Oh, we're so good at English. I'm happy neither of us are teaching English class. Oh
Maybe
boy.
in another lifetime when
Oh yeah.
piano, I can't play piano
Stunted,
anymore.
stilted. Is it they both
Stilted.
sound good to me.
Okay,
Stilted
so
sounds stunted.
50-50
Both.
chance we're gonna go with that. But I think
Someone's
I
watching,
think
they're like, those idiots. Oh my gosh. They're like screaming, they're screaming at their, I don't know if they're watching or listening and just like, oh my gosh, y'all.
Yeah, I feel, yeah. Oh my God. I
Stunted.
feel
I'm gonna go stunted. I'm gonna go stunted,
you're gonna
but
go
still
stunted.
both. But I'm gonna lean more towards stunted.
Okay. This has honestly probably been one of the most enjoyable conversations I've had in a long time. Okay. Um, I think it's someone I finally met someone who's on the same wavelength, and my sister's is always just kind of like this to me.
Oh my
So
gosh, your sister, I want to meet sister. What's her name? I keep calling her just sister.
Sister Emma.
Sister Emma. Hey, sister Emma.
Yeah, no, Emma.
Ooh, nunnery. I feel like trying out for a nun would be fun. Trying
As
out.
like as a oh yeah, I'll let you know when the next nun tryouts are, you know.
Like shadowing a nun. I'd be very intrigued to shadow a nun. That'd be fun.
Why? That was a very
Uh,
in-depth question, but why?
yeah. I want a cool nun. You know, like in The Sound of Music, another music movie. I did
That's
watch
good.
that.
Or you could be like the flying nun. Have you heard of that old TV show?
No,
You literally need to look at. She literally flies by her hat.
that's funny.
Like literally,
I
I
mean,
can't
it looks like a
remember.
little glider, yeah.
You have to look that up sometime. But
Okay,
anyway,
the
uh,
flying nun.
yeah, the flying nun. I
Sister
can't remember
Emma.
the. Yeah, yes. Sister, so where were we going with this? Nun. Oh, you want to be a nun? What else do you want to? You'd be interested in trying out to be a nun? Okay.
Yeah. I wonder how that would work too if I go to a church and just be like, can I just shadow a nun?
Hmm.
I'm
That would be
gonna Google that
interesting.
later.
Yeah, we have. So I work at Benedictine College up in Atchison, and they have the nuns, but they also have the monks. You know,
Oh,
so
okay,
like
yeah.
that'd be
Are
interesting
they
to.
in the same place?
Yeah, at
I'm
the
sorry.
church or the chapel or whatever they call it there.
You know
Usually
how in colleges they have like frat parties and sorority parties and then they mingle? Do the do the nuns and the monks have like little mingling parties and
the nuns and the monks.
yeah, like do they
I don't know. Well, I think
like a
what we
frat
should
house, right?
do,
Yeah.
we should do is we should you go shadow the nuns, I'll shadow the monks, and then
Yeah.
we'll see if we, like meet together at like a frat party, and that'll be
Yeah.
our answer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm so down. I'm
Okay,
down.
that's going to be a short
Oh
story.
man.
That's a short story there. You could write something really funny there.
Yeah, where
That
is
would be
this?
pretty
This
good.
Benedictine, what is your college?
Benedictine College is in Atchison,
Benedictine.
Can.
Benedictine. Sorry, I
Yeah,
totally butchered that.
it's
My
like the
apologies.
eggs, Benedictine eggs.
Yeah,
Or no, that's Benedict. Or is it Benedictine?
it's Benedict. Oh, but
Okay. I think people are gonna listen to this podcast and just be like, shut that off. These two are in their
where
own
is
world
this
right now.
going? I know. Where is this? Who knows what's going on? The people I don't even know what the people think.
I don't care.
Who knows?
I do care, but I'm enjoying this way too much,
Yeah.
seeing where this goes.
Benedicting, is that what y'all are?
Yeah, so it's in Atchison. It's a beautiful private college. Yeah,
Did you choose to be there? Or did
yes,
they
like
offer? Okay.
I was
Cool.
forced, no,
I mean,
I
I don't.
they actually okay, here, I'll tell you the story of how Dr. Harry made his way to Kansas City. So, okay,
Oh my gosh, your camera moved right at that. I thought you were doing an
a Zoom, yeah. This
yes.
Yeah, I have a
That's cool.
director here and a cinematographer, and they're all really trying to
Okay.
get the emotions to play on camera. Um, so the way it started, I was teaching at Wartburg College, a private Lutheran
What
college,
college?
Wartburg.
Wartsburg?
Yes, it's Hogwarts, but it's Wartburg. Okay.
You know Whataburger? Here in
Yeah,
Texas?
I love Whataburger. Yeah.
Sorry. Oh
Wartburg
boy,
should get a
your college.
Whataburger. And yes,
Oh man,
am
okay.
I crying? Okay. And
Okay. Whatburg? Whatburg?
Wart,
Oh,
Wart, Wartburg.
oh, okay. Wartsburg.
Yes, like a wart and then berg.
Yeah,
Yes, it's
got it.
German. And
Got it.
anyway, it's in Waverly, Iowa. Great. I actually started violin and piano there. But anyway, long story short, I was studying or I was teaching there for a year filling in for the piano professor who was on a year-long sabbatical. And actually, that's who I toured with last in Dallas. We did concerts with
Oh,
Wartburg College in Dallas and stuff. Um,
cool.
but the way it happened was I was applying, so finishing up my doctorate at this time too, and I was applying to professor positions all over the country. So like I didn't really care where, because to get a professor position at a college, you cannot be picky. It's very
Wow.
competitive. There's very few
Yeah.
openings, especially piano, you know? And
Yeah.
so I was a finalist at a college in Palm Beach, Florida. And my sister was going to be, or she would, this was in like October when I'm applying of this year. And I knew she was going to get engaged in January. And
Hmm.
the person, my now brother-in-law, he works for Garmin. Do you know like the
Yes.
GPS and like the watches and stuff?
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he designs like the apps for the watches and
Oh,
whatnot, but
fun.
it's based in a suburb called Olathe,
Hmm.
a suburb of Kansas City on the Kansas side. And so anyway, I knew he was going to be there. I knew my sister was going to move there too. And so there was also a church in Olathe. And I was like, I was open to becoming a professor or being a director of music at a large church because I love working with choirs and just what I grew up was the church environment. And so I was a finalist. Anyways, where am I going with this? They moved in like where they were going to move to Olathe, and this church still had an opening. So I was like, why not? I'll apply. It'd be kind of cool if we somehow all ended up. My sister got offered that awesome job with HOK, and now she's designing the football stadiums.
Heck yeah.
Um,
So
and
awesome.
so everything was like falling into place. Like
Yeah.
Michael is working at Garmin, Emma's working at HOK. There's this huge church where we have like just under 3,000 families that belong. So it's like a really
Hmm.
big, so that's like almost 10,000 parishioners, right? It's a big church.
Yeah.
And they're still looking for a director of music. I'm a finalist at this professor position. I was like, okay. They offer me the job the day of at the church. And then I was like, I really love being a professor.
Hmm.
So then I reached out to colleges in the area and Benedictine, I cold emailed, I was like, do you have any like adjunct positions as a piano professor? And they said, funny thing is just the other day, our piano professor says she's not coming back next year. And you just emailed us. And so then they set up an interview and I was like, I guess I'm moving to
Wow.
Kansas City. And that was like what put me over the edge was like, okay, yep, this is where I'm supposed to be, you know?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. The way that all played out is so
Yeah, that was kind of a
cool.
long story. Sorry, but like, yeah, that's how I'm in
No,
Kansas City. That's how I'm at Benedictine College, and
I know. I love that. Oh my gosh.
it's really
Benedict.
pretty campus. It sits up on the bluffs of the Missouri River, so it overlooks the
Ah,
Missouri and the valley. It's gorgeous. You have to look up photos of Benedictine College.
I
Small town. Oh,
definitely will.
Atchison is actually where Amelia Earhart's from. So like who flew the
Fire.
plane and then she disappeared. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what Atchison, Kansas is known for.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
I had no idea.
Now you know.
I know, I know. No, that's did you know Benedictine existed before
No,
this?
no,
Or
I actually,
Wartburg?
it's now Wartburg, yeah. Wartburg I knew
Wow.
because I lived really close to it.
Yeah.
Um, a lot of these small private colleges in the Midwest have amazing choral programs. And so some of the best choirs I've ever heard, I've been out in New York City studying for my master's and worked with a lot of great singers, soloists, but like choral programs. So this is me, Dr. Lee Nelson. He at Wartburg College, genius man.
Hmm.
The sound that he is able to pull from these students and these young adults, it's magical. Honestly, if we're
That's cool.
touring in Dallas, if I ever get a chance to perform, you should come to I don't know if it'd be up your alley or maybe it'd be a new experience for you, but you should come here because it it's something that you wouldn't expect when you're immersed. And like at the end, they surround the audience and they sing around them. And being in like that wall of sound, it's like
That's awesome.
otherworldly. Yeah, it's
Cool.
cool. So I'm geeking out
That's
on
so
it. That's the music
cool.
nerd in
Oh,
me.
I love that.
Hmm.
Well, I'm happy you found Benedictine. Benedictine, am I saying it correct?
Benedictine. Yeah.
Benedictine. I just love
Because
that.
it's
Is it
after the
named after?
Benedictine monks. Yeah, the Benedictine monks. There's a whole
I
history which I'm not well versed on. Be something to, I guess, look at Wikipedia. But
Yeah,
yeah,
I'm gonna look that up. Benedictine. I can't
you
remember the
should
last time.
you should visit the Kansas City area and go up to Atchison road trip.
Yeah,
It's, you know, another place to check off in
yeah. I feel
addition to
like I've been there.
Cincinnati. Yeah.
Oh yeah, because it is on the. How far away is
They're about like 10 hours away.
Sounds lovely. That's right up my alley. That's
There you go.
actually because sometimes 4 hours is too short. I'm like, oh, I want to be in the car longer.
I just went on a just under 20-hour road trip with my dad last week. We went from
Oh,
Iowa, drove up to Iowa, then we went to Cooperstown, New York, where the Baseball Hall of Fame is. We went there
nice.
for induction weekend. And
That's cool.
yeah, I mean, it's kind of like, the childhood
Oh,
full circle, going with dad, spending time with dad. And what's cool is like they have like the parade of like the Baseball Hall of Famers that come back every year. And so it's like the guys like Johnny Bench, who my dad grew up watching in like the 70s, and then it's players my age,
yeah.
getting inducted now. So it's cool from my childhood.
Did you collect cards, baseball cards? Nice. Do
Oh
you still
yeah.
have, are you gonna sell them? What are you gonna do with them?
I've sold some over, but I have a crazy amount. I have like over 50,000 cards.
Woo!
And but for me, I love the history of it. So actually, The Athletic did a huge story on my collection of letters that I wrote to all old time baseball players. And so they wrote
Yeah.
handwritten. Have over 500 handwritten letters from ball players talking about, their time in the majors. Like there's guys who Jackie Robinson was my teammate, and
Oh,
seeing all the history through it. Yeah. I
that's
feel
so
like you're
cool.
learning. You should have your own podcast because you ask so many good questions, and we're
Oh,
this is
good.
the
I mean, I
most
don't
I
even,
think anyone's learned about me on a podcast.
yeah, which is crazy because it's your podcast.
That's-
So, they should know
Well, I
about
always I say the spotlight is on the guest. So
you are also a guest. We're all guests.
be our guest. Be our guest.
Wait, who's your favorite baseball player?
Oh wow.
Your team is the Cubs.
Yep, teams of Cubs.
Okay.
Talked to Ben Zobrist, loved him. But my childhood, it was Sammy Sosa. Growing up, that
Hmm.
was early Cub. Bob Feller was from Van Meter, Iowa. He was the heater from Van Meter, and
Hmm.
I didn't get to see him play because he played like in the 30s, 40s. But I grew up going to his museum and met him, and he
Nice.
could throw over 100 miles per hour, which little kid,
Woo.
that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Um,
By
gosh,
the way, I just
favorite
went to
ball.
Wrigley Field for the first time.
Whoa. Okay. Tell me, what
It
did you think of that? And when did you
just
go?
a few months ago, September. And it was,
Oh,
I
so
think
last
September.
season. Last
Yeah.
season. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. And it was so, oh gosh, it was so cool. Because I don't know if you've been to our stadium here in Dallas, the Rangers Stadium. So
I have a
now,
story about that. Yeah, but go ahead.
okay, I
Yeah.
think everybody has a story about that. They moved because we still have the old stadium and now they built a whole new stadium. It's
Globe Life, right?
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
It's just doesn't feel like old school traditional baseball, which I mean, I know it's hot, so it's great to watch, but still, it's kind of like I miss. So when I saw Wrigley, when I was at Wrigley, it just, I'm like, oh man, this is baseball. And forgot how much I missed that feeling. It's fun.
Wrigley is one, it has the historical aspect. I mean,
Yeah.
Babe Ruth supposedly called his shot in Wrigley Field. Like there's old photos of that. And there, that is Americana. That and
Hmm.
Fenway in Boston. I haven't been to Fenway,
Oh,
but
I
I
would
want
like
to go.
to. Yeah.
Yeah. So like just places like that are iconic, and it kind of brings you back to like the nostalgia of like watching a movie like The Sandlot. Have you ever watched The Sandlot?
Think a long time ago. It's those kids that go into a secret portal, right?
They're the kids that like lose a baseball over a fence, and there's this
Oh,
huge dog. There's this huge dog that they're scared of when they could have just gone and knocked on the neighbor's door, but they come up with all these goofy ways to try to retrieve the baseball from over the fence.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah. So
No.
no, but it's the nostalgia of like of something like that, the Sandlot days and um just pure baseball. Now it's so commercialized and it's a whole nother thing. With Globe Life, when we were with the Wartburg Choir, I contacted Eric Nadel, who's the Hall of Fame announcer, the radio announcer for them. And I said, hey, I'm this crazy professor from Wartburg College, but can we visit
Yeah.
the booth before the game? He's like, absolutely. My former
No.
broadcast partner graduated from Wartburg. So
Small world.
it is a small world. See, that's a good life lesson. Is always to put yourself out there. Don't be afraid of rejection. You
Yep.
never know what yeses you're going to receive in your life,
Yep.
because it has made some of the best moments of my life is just putting
Oh
myself out
yeah.
there on a whim, and I've made so many amazing connections. I mean, for
Yeah.
like a little one, like I reached out to you.
Yeah.
Yasmine Al-Bustami, who's been on all of these awesome TV shows, had this awesome career, is now talking with me about the most random stuff, Wartburg College, Benedictine. And I
Benedictine,
mean,
yes.
yeah, who would ever thought?
No, no. Who would have? Nope. No one would have thought, wow, my words. And then same with Dr. Harry, Mr. Dr.
Yes,
Harry. Who would have thought? No, I love it.
exactly.
I honestly did not even, I just love knowing that Wartburg and Benedictine exist. That's
Isn't it pretty
exciting to
cool?
me.
It is
Yeah.
exciting. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of small, amazing colleges producing amazing students doing amazing things. And they get overlooked.
Yeah. No, this is why we were talking about small towns. There's something about small towns that I just really appreciate. I feel like you go through the phases where if you're from the suburbs and then you just grow up in the suburbs and then you have this aspiration to check out LA or live in New York and just like live the high life in a big old city. And then it kind of, I don't know, there's a newfound appreciation of all of that and just kind of going into and it's like a nice reset when you go to a little small town. Everyone's just no one has their foot up their ass.
Thank you. That's a good way to put it. I
Yeah.
think that is one thing after living in so many different places, and you've lived in LA, and it's very different from Dallas. Um, and I lived in New York City. That is a whole different world too.
Yeah.
You, I, I don't take the Midwest. I personally love the Midwest. It's
Mhm.
the culture, the people. It's I don't know how else to put it, but pure. Pure is the
Yeah.
way I would put it. It's where I feel home in a way. But I
Yeah.
mean, I can make home anywhere. It's really the people you're around, I think. But yeah, Midwest, I really like the lifestyle, the pace of it
Yeah.
too. Is nice. So I have a question for you now.
Yes.
So you diving in, I mean, there's so many people who have asked you so many of the questions. I'm not going to ask you a bunch of questions that have already been asked. Question I
Yeah.
want to ask is you looking at your whole career up to now, okay?
Yeah.
And you've talked about how maybe you're maybe in a transition point and trying to figure out new things, right? Who knows? You're just
Yeah.
kind of going day by day.
If I
Going on
don't
the
die.
book. Okay, Replay. So the book Replay that you like, right?
Love that book.
Yes. So it's like this person knows all the things that they knew in their life, and then they go, was it to 18 years old? I think he goes back and he like replays his life because he already like lived his life, but then he can go back and he still
Yep.
has all the knowledge, right?
Yep.
It's been a long time since I read it, but
Yeah, but he doesn't know when he's going back. He just like all of a sudden just he wakes up in his body, but with the knowledge of his past replays.
right. So with you, Yasmin, having all of these amazing things that you've learned through your life of, first you're going into finance and then you take a total like 180 and go into a creative field. Okay. And so you've had to learn the ins and outs of how to navigate a career in acting. And, there's the certain steps of that. And then you've had these breakout roles where you're on TV, you're the chosen. No one knew it was going to take off, but it took off and has a life of its own.
Like the
And then
flying nuns.
yeah,
Sorry.
Exactly. I love the little thought bubbles. This is I like you are the first person that has been on the exact same wavelength. And I think finally
Love
someone
it.
gets it. So
Yeah.
anyway, but my sister's gonna listen to this and she's just gonna be shaking her head the entire time.
All right, got
Um,
Sister Emma.
yeah,
Hey,
miss
Sister
yeah,
Emma.
Sister Emma.
Is
And
she at the stadium right now as we speak, doing
no,
renovations?
she's probably downtown at the office where she works, probably
Okay.
renovating
That's so
or working it.
cool.
But she gets when they open, they'll I think they're
Free.
gonna
She gets the one
have
for free. She gets tickets.
yeah, she gets a suite. They get a suite and they go,
Are you
I know.
going?
I don't
How many
know.
tickets does she get?
I think she gets a +1, but I think the
Oh, is she
husband
gonna bring
trumps
her
the
brother
brother.
Michael? Yeah,
Brother Michael, is that what you said?
brother. I'm gonna call brother my sister Emma, brother Michael. Yeah.
We got it's the Sheckler convent or something
Yeah.
here. Where was I going? Oh, replay. So okay, if you went back to like your 18-year-old self when
Okay.
you had the knowledge of all that you've accomplished now,
Okay.
and I don't want to say regrets, but like what life path would you go on if you had all the knowledge you had now and all the experiences starting at 18 again? You woke up tomorrow. What would that look like?
Um, what path would I go on? What would I choose?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, because if you think about it, it's like you already did those things. So it's
I
almost like
did.
a whole new life to pursue. You could pursue it
Yeah.
again and do it differently, but you know,
Yeah. Mm, maybe one thing that popped into my head is maybe I would try the acting thing starting out in
like
college,
in college, yeah.
like actually doing classes for it specific. Um, I'm trying to think of another vocation that I probably would maybe want to. I think, I would probably do a different school also. I would try to go into a different, I'd probably try to go out of state.
Because
And
where
then
did you
see
go
where
to
that
college
goes.
again? Where did
Huh?
you go to college?
I went to University of Texas in Arlington.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So you'd go out of
Uh,
state, maybe because that's farther from home,
hmm
somewhere not. Did you
Yeah.
now? Do you? How long did you? Because are you born in the U.S.?
Oh no, I am an immigrant.
Yeah,
We
fantastic.
love them, don't we? Okay. Um, can't wait to you're gonna see me in the news and like so I just am nowhere to be found anymore. I no,
Oh,
I'm a US citizen. I am a US citizen. I love America. I would
yeah.
I really do. Man, we've been talking about small town USA this whole time. I Number one though, I'm a big Texan. So first and foremost, I am Texan,
Mhm.
which to the rest of the country does feel like an immigrant, I feel like. I was born in Abu Dhabi, United Arab
Mm.
Emirates, and then lived there till I was 3, and then moved to Texas when I was 3, and then have been here ever since.
And so your parents' background is what?
You want to guess? I like to hear what people think.
You said you're from the United Arab Emirates, right?
Well, I was born there.
Or you're born there. So the parents
The parents are not from there.
see this is going to be people who like have like every little fact about you. They're going to be like, well, she was, this is her birthday. This is this, and this is her favorite
Ah,
color. Okay, well, I'm guessing. I'm learning about you now.
yeah.
Middle Eastern, of course.
hmm
Jordanian?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Wow.
Really?
Yeah.
That was a shot in the dark. Okay.
Nice. I like it.
Just
Yeah, that was
okay.
half. And then my other half, that's my dad. My dad is Jordanian. And then my
Okay.
mama is another thing.
It's another thing. Okay.
She's another thing. Yeah.
Oh, wait, am I supposed to guess too?
I mean, if you want to, I can just tell you. I don't know if you
Yeah,
want to
just
guess.
just tell me.
She's Filipina.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the tropics and the desert.
How did they meet, if you don't mind me asking?
They met through a mutual friend at a birthday party.
It wasn't on an app.
It was not on oh my gosh. I don't know, when did those things start becoming popular? Ugh.
Well, that's pretty cool though, a mutual
Yeah.
connection. And then siblings. Do you have siblings?
I have a younger sister. Yes. And that's it. It's just us two.
Are you similar,
Me
like
and her?
personality wise?
No,
Really?
not even a little bit. No. She is, I don't know if I can say the complete opposite of me, but I just feel like we're different. We're not the same. That's
Is
like
it a
the most
yin
big,
yang, or would you say just not compatible?
not, yeah, I mean, honestly, I don't think we would be friends
Isn't it
if we were
interesting how like
not.
people in your family, they might be so different, but it's just because they're family, you love them?
Yeah, that's really it.
Yeah.
So of course we're not close, but of course because they're family, they're
Yeah.
uh, yeah, they're there. But it's not like we hang out. We're not the best of friends. So I know
Yeah,
I
that's fair.
know people do that, and it works out great. But yeah, our personalities are just not. Nope.
How would you say your upbringing and with, the traditional upbringing that you said with your parents and like you said it was more of like a finance background, right? And then you make this
Hmm.
180 to acting, or if maybe it's not 180, but this different endeavor. Do you think that shaped your approach to the creative outlets? Like, what am I trying to say? Did you have to find yourself through those creative endeavors, or did you already have yourself figured out
Oh
and
no.
then you wanted to pursue it? Do you know what I mean?
No, yeah, I didn't know. Oh, I thought I had my shit figured out. But I feel like it's one of those delusional things, whenever you're in your younger 20s and you think you're just so invincible and you're like, I got it, and you have your path already laid out. I was like the 5-year plan, 10-year plan person. I'm like, I'm gonna
Oh,
have this,
really?
this, this. Yeah. And I think because I live that way and things did not go that way, that taught me to not live that way. Because then otherwise I'd feel like a failure. But instead it was just not a failure in that path, but then it led me to another path that I could never have predicted. I was not predicting it or trying for it, and I wouldn't have experienced it if I just kept on the path. So just go off the beaten path is what I say. I don't say that ever, but like, right now I said it. I don't know. But
I
yeah, it
love
feels
that.
like reminds me of like road trip. I do get very excited. That's funny. Now that I think of it, like on a road trip, if I'm just like by myself, just on the, if I see just like some kind of dirt path or just one, I do feel very compelled to explore it.
Really?
So I like to get lost,
It seems like you're a very independent person, right?
I guess.
Like,
I think so.
or do you prefer the company of people?
Both. I feel like there's a balance.
I
It's
think there
funny
is a
because I
balance, yeah.
just was talking to my friend yesterday about this because he called and so we were just catching up. He's like, "Where are you?" I was like, "I'm at a bar. I'm just sitting down and having a cocktail."
Hmm.
And he's like, "What are you doing?" And I was just saying, I'm just like working on my phone and responding to people. He's like, "Oh, I just wanted to make sure I wasn't disturbing you." I was like, "No, I love going out by myself and being by myself, and I want to be alone and do my own thing." But I like the company of the people around. I don't need to talk to them, but I like that
Yes.
they're around, if that makes sense.
So my sister, it's so nice that we live in
Sister
the same
Emma.
city. Sister Emma, she's
Yeah,
making fun of me because I cannot stay at home. Like,
same.
oh my gosh.
It's very
Sitting
hard
at
for me.
sitting at my house. Like everyone's just like, oh, I wish I just had a day off from work and I could just like be at home. No, no,
No,
I have to
same.
get out of the house. I have to go random places, go walk
Mhm.
around wherever, explore. Like I just love to explore and I like to have the company of people around, but I don't have to talk to them. Do that,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. My favorite places now that I've really liked going to, because it used to be coffee shops, and I'll
Mm-hmm.
just sit there and, you can stay there for however long and then exploring a city that way. Now it's become hotels. I like going to hotels, even in my same city, and I'll just sit in the lobby or not in wherever, like if they have like a little lounge area, I'll sit in the lounge area because you see different people all the time. You don't have to see the same people.
You like to people watch?
I love people watching. I love, yeah, and everyone, just people coming in and out. Yeah, it's cool. And I don't know, maybe because of my travels, I've just gotten so used to a hotel feels like home sometimes if I don't have to
Mm-hmm.
stay there. But a part of me was like, oh man, I miss going to a hotel. Let me just go and like work there, and I just started really liking it.
That's interesting. Okay, so if
Hotels.
you have crazy fans out there, they're going to be lining the lobbies of hotels looking for Yasmin Al-Bustami.
Ah, yeah.
Oh, speaking of fan experiences, like when you're out and about, and since you've had, these success on these shows, do you get recognized much? Or are you still able to be inconspicuous?
I mean, it depends. The last time I got recognized just today,
Yeah.
uh, and I said I didn't admit it, but it was in court. I was in court before I called. I was sitting. I had to get my ticket dismissed. Okay, so I had to go to court, and so
She's a
then.
normal human being, everyone. She has real life experiences.
So I was
Oh,
sitting
this is too
down, and then
good.
the guy beside me was like, "You look like that girl on The Chosen." I was like, "Oh, I heard about that show. Is it good?" He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "I just started season," and we talked about it. He's like, You just look like there's a girl named Rayma on the show." And yeah, I didn't go into. Sometimes, it depends. Sometimes I'll admit, sometimes I won't. I feel out the situation,
I think that's
but it
fair because
happens. It
yeah,
happens.
I'm someone, I've never really been like a fan, like fangirled over people. Like maybe like when I was young,
Yeah.
like I was super excited to see a baseball player in person or whatever, get their autograph, right? But like this whole like fan thing, they're just people, right? You're just a person.
Yeah.
You do really cool things for your job that you enjoy, but you still live a normal life like the rest of
Yeah.
us. I mean, okay,
Yeah.
that's a question. How would you say your life's changed though since these roles? Like what things maybe are not normal? Like one, getting recognized. Is there anything that we wouldn't know or expect?
No?
It's pretty normal.
No, I feel like it's still, yeah, I feel pretty normal. I mean, it's nice. Well, I was going to say this, but then I feel like this is now even normal. I was going to say not having to go into an office and do 9 to 5, but I feel
Oh,
like everyone has such a freelance style job or everyone works from home now. So that's now even normal. So everything, I mean, is there something weird that, you never realize that you're weird until you're with other people and they're like, that's interesting that you do that. So maybe I should hang out with people more so I can figure out if I do weird things. I don't know.
that's
I'm
kind
trying
of weird.
to. Oh, that, yeah. That's probably it. Yeah. I mean, I go to hotels and I hang out there if I'm not staying there. Is that weird? That's weird.
No,
Is that weird?
but that's kind of stuff that I do too. So maybe I'm weird as well.
Okay. Yeah. What's weird? What constitutes is everyone's weird.
Yeah.
But there's like a good weird and a bad. Like, I don't think I'm bothering anybody
No, I
with my.
think I think introspective, maybe. Is that a character description word that we could put on your list? Maybe. Like,
Yeah. I
yeah, I
feel
think
like you
that's
too.
yeah, I would say there's just so life is to sum it up, life is so fascinating and I don't want to
It
let it just pass me by where I'm so inside my own head, but I can see what's around me.
Yeah. Yeah. Because some people can get too into their own.
Especially
Sometimes I'm
artists,
afraid. Oh
you
gosh, yeah.
know?
Boy. Yep. Yeah. How are you weird? What's your weird thing?
How am I weird?
I'm just gonna start asking. Oh my God, I have. Okay, wait. There's something that, can you curl your toes?
Yeah.
I just learned this. I can't curl my toes, and I think that's
You mean
weird.
you can't just go like this with your
I
toes?
cannot go like that. And I thought,
Be
because
weird
I
if they
just
went
had
the
it.
other way.
Oh, well, okay, so I just had an injury, so I've been doing PT, physical therapy, and
Yeah.
then the PT guy goes, his name is Peyton, great guy. He goes, he was just like massaging my toes and like
Yeah,
making
yeah,
sure
yeah.
that massaging it out. And then I go, ouch, at something. He's like, that hurts. I was like, that hurts. And then he just kept going, and I guess is feeling all the places that it's also connected to. He's like, how about this? How about this? And it all hurt. And he's like, can you curl your toes? I was like, "Pff, what do you mean curl? Who can curl their toes? And he goes, you can't curl your toes. I'm like, no, what do you mean? I don't think anybody can curl their toes. That sounds ridiculous. And he took his shoes off and he showed me that you can do this. And then I was so amazed by that. And so I just like I asked everybody in the PT office. I was like, "Am I the only?" And it's like an open space. There are other patients there, and so now anywhere I go, I ask people if they can curl their toes because the way they answer is like, "Yeah, I didn't know that you could do that." Anyway,
That blows my mind. That's an
me
interesting
too.
fact. Can you do any like the tongue twisting like that?
Yes, I can do that. Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah, you can do the clover. Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
I can do that.
Or
Which
can you
some people think it's weird.
wiggle your ears like a
No.
like it just
I
like
mean, if you
tightening
eat
the muscles here. Let's see if you can see it. No, I can't wiggle my nose like Bewitched. I can't do that one.
No, my mouth moves.
That's
Feel
kind of
like
cute.
everyone's or like the double jointed people who can
Oh,
move
or where they
their
can like put their hands and like do all that stuff.
wait, what do they
Where they
do?
can put it like behind, they can put it behind their back and then like
Oh, and then
bring it
bring it
over their
forward?
head.
No,
Yeah, contortionist or whatever you call
no.
them.
And I'm
Yeah.
sorry, I interrupted you before this whole your weird thing. What was your weird thing? You said Sister Emma, I think was gonna say,
Oh,
I
I think
think.
it's just being a brother, being I randomly through when I'm at the house with her and Michael, I'll walk through the house and make a cat meowing sound and it annoys the crap out of her.
No, then why do it? Stop it.
Because it's a
Because you're a
brother
brother.
sister thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
What do you
know.
expect? I think
And she's
that's
younger sister or older sister?
yeah, so she a couple years younger than me, almost 2 years younger than me. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. She late
How did
20s.
her and brother Michael meet? An app.
I think no, I think it was a mutual friend because he
Ah,
was she still in college? Yeah, they were both in college in Iowa.
mhm.
And yeah, something like mutual friend, and then they got to know each other and they actually did a little bit of long distance because they weren't, they outside of college, they weren't in the same area. So
Ah,
yeah. And it was
cool.
like they knew each other for like maybe a year, and then oh, he had the Michael, I will give props. He knows he did like an amazing proposal. Something that
Oh,
was really
that's
he
fun.
actually I mean, this doesn't sound that amazing, but he did it on the top of this it's called Messenger Coffee in Kansas City and it's downtown,
Okay.
but it over the top level overlooks the city, it's very
Beautiful.
pretty, and their big thing was getting coffee with each other. They're like coffee snobs like myself. And well,
Yeah.
he doesn't drink coffee at all. Emma drinks coffee. And so he did it all
Oh.
for Emma. But like, they went to the symphony um earlier on in the day and got like the pictures from it look like it's out of like a Hallmark movie.
Yeah.
It's just really cute.
Love
So,
it.
well, and that's the thing, like I look for, eventually, or what you want for in a partner is someone just adores the other person, just
Yeah.
totally enamored, loves all the flaws, in that
Hmm.
person because
And the weird.
and the weirdness, which they're gonna have to they're gonna have to deal with a lot of weird stuff
Oh boy.
with me. Yeah.
You only just get weirder.
Thank you. I'm looking forward to
Oh,
that.
I mean, you as the general, I feel like, I don't know. I feel like in life you just start to gather more weird traits.
I think that makes it
I
yeah, no, I mean, if you're not weird, you're not living life because you're not trying
find
new
it too
things and you're not
boring.
having
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's like what we were talking about of just putting yourself out there and you never know what will stick, what won't stick until you try it. Maybe you hate it, maybe you don't. That's it. Beaten path.
I, I love that. Another interest that I know is you mentioned the Cowboys. Okay. So
Dallas, Cowboys, football. Yeah. Dak
yes.
Prescott.
Okay. I feel like that was totally like what is it? Bears beats Battlestar Galactica. That was totally the
What's
office moment,
that?
right? That's from I think it's Schrute or Dwight. Isn't that what he says? Like, or is it
I
Jim who says that? He all of a sudden he's just like Bears, Beats, Battlestar Galactica,
Yeah, where are we
trying to
going? I
get,
love it. Let's talk.
yeah,
Let's
yeah,
talk. Let's talk Dallas. Let's talk
yeah, yeah,
Cowboys.
yeah. I want to
First
hear.
game. First game is this Saturday. When's y'all's first game?
There we have our practices right now, and I think we have a
Okay.
preseason game. Is it next week? Maybe might
Okay.
be. I think I just saw it in the news this morning. Um, I have not been able to go to a Chiefs game yet because I
Okay.
just moved here. I've been to a
Yeah.
billion Royals games, but I want to go to a game this fall.
Yeah.
Actually, I'd love to go see the Cowboys play. So, are you going to be going to games very soon?
Right now I only have one game scheduled that I'm going to be going to.
There you go. Are
But
you going to go to?
every game, I feel like if I'm watching, I already feel like I'm there. My heart's right there with him.
So, Dak Prescott,
Love
he's
him.
he's coming back from an injury. I think it was a hamstring, right?
Yeah.
And so he's doing
Yeah.
better. The Cowboys have a new coach. You know,
Shotty. Yeah.
yes, like knocking on wood. Okay,
Oh my gosh.
what with all of your football knowledge and everything, what do you predict for the Cowboys this season?
That they will have fun.
This has been a wonderful podcast with Yasmine Al-Bustami, and
Yeah.
that they will have fun. Okay, great. Yeah, we could sign off right there. That they have fun.
Yeah, they're gonna have
Um,
fun. I hope they listen to this. Have you interviewed a cowboy yet?
and I've interviewed an actual cowboy, Dale Brisby from Texas, but
Ooh,
not. Yeah, he's a rodeo. He known for being the world's greatest bull rider. Um,
cool. That's
yeah,
awesome.
you have to look up that one. But
Yeah.
no, I need to interview a Dallas Cowboy. Oh, I interviewed a Dallas Cowboy cheerleader, Lauren Leonard.
Okay.
She used to
Who?
be a cheerleader, and she also was in Florida. Was it Dolphins, I
Okay.
think? So yeah, yeah,
Okay.
no, that was kind of cool hearing her talk about her experience. And yeah,
I love it. Um, I was gonna say if you do a Dallas Cowboy, can you please show them this little just this I just want them to know that they are loved and I just want them to have fun.
I yes, I promise I will show them this
Thank you so
clip.
much. If
Yes, here's
anything out of all of this, this is like I would hope and then I don't know if people can see the shirt. Dallas.
see, there you go. You're supporting your team.
Yeah.
So did you grow up always being a cowboy, or was it
Yeah.
always okay?
Yeah. Even when I didn't even know what football was, it was always in my heart.
It was it was always in your heart. That
Yeah.
is awesome. I
Yeah.
love that. I love that.
I'm
Well,
trying to
okay,
look
so
this
you
through.
you
Yeah.
have so many wonderful interests outside of acting. You love football. You love
I love the
sitting in
Dallas
coffee.
Cowboys.
Oh yes, Dallas Cowboys. That's it.
I
Wait,
mean, I
what
do
do you
like
love about Dak Prescott?
what do I not love about Dak Prescott? Like he's just such a cool dude. I don't know him personally, but he seems like such a cool dude. He's so nice. He's so funny. I think he's a great quarterback. He is a stand-up guy. Um, and he loves his family and he loves the team. Sometimes I get upset with the people that like the Cowboys too that follow because, they shit on if the team's not winning, then they blame people and it's kind of like that I feel like that is the wrong way to go about things, you guys. Like I think he needs some support. And sometimes I give him a lot of credit because when people are coming after him, if something's not just, going great and the season's not going great, whatever, um, he's still stuck around. And I feel like
Yeah,
looking that he
I
believes in
love
the
that.
boys and he
Believes
loves
in the
his
boys.
teammates and you see him being like, I've never seen him if he's upset just for like just in turn like I think he's just such a great dude.
I love that.
And
And,
he
and he
makes me
wants them
happy.
to.
They
Well,
all
that's
make me
what he makes you happy. That's even better.
Yeah.
See, well, and that's what you want in a leader, though.
Yeah.
In a team, you want someone who is going to light a fire under you, and hopefully
Yeah.
that you're gonna, do the best you can. You're gonna win the ball game, whatever. But like, is also there to support you. So it sounds like he's well rounded and
He's very supportive.
very supportive.
Very supportive.
I feel like
He's
you're his biggest
smart
fan.
and he's funny. I'm sure he's a great dad because he has two kids now. He's starting a little family. I'm sure he's a
I think he
great
just
husband. I don't know if they're
did he
married.
just get engaged? I think he just got engaged or
I
something.
know,
I
I think
heard.
just engaged. So he's a great partner, a great friend, a great son, a great brother, a great Texan, a great human. God loves him. We all love him. Texas loves him. I love him.
Okay, kids, if you're gonna grow up to be anyone, be Dak Prescott.
Be Dak Prescott.
I
Yeah,
love that. I love that. Okay,
he's just
so
so awesome.
I am taking so much of your time. Do you have to go?
I will be going soon.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will tie this up really quick here, so I'm not taking too much of your time. This has been probably one of the longest podcasts I've had, but it's been so much fun.
But you edit them. What are they, an hour or
Usually,
what?
yeah, but I mean, this is too entertaining not to like edit much out of it. So,
Oh,
um,
great.
okay, so what I'm going to do, so at the end of our podcast, I do like
Yeah.
a rapid fire round of
Oh,
questions.
this
1
is
minute.
okay, cool. Fun.
Okay. You ready for this? Okay. Let me
Yeah.
pull up my list.
Yay. And are these questions that you ask everybody, or do you switch it up with
No, I
um
switch it up. It's
so I couldn't
tailored.
have researched this. Okay. Just so the public know. Well, I guess the public knows because they listen to you.
Hopefully.
Yeah. Who's to say? Maybe no one listens to you. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
I love this.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. Okay. I have my timer on my phone. So
Yeah.
fancy, right? Okay. So,
iPhone. 1 minute. How many
yeah.
questions?
Well, we'll see how many you can answer. That's the thing,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
This is
So
exciting.
we're gonna are you ready to go fast?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know.
Okay, here we go. Ready?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, sunrise or sunset?
Sunset.
Go-to karaoke song.
Eminem. What's the lose yourself? Lose yourself.
Coffee order.
Black coffee.
A role
Right
you
now,
would drop everything to play.
a role that I would drop everything to play. Dr. Harry.
Mountains or beach?
Mountains.
What's one skill you wish you had?
Skill?
Yes.
Um, doing a headstand.
You get one superpower. What is it?
Being funny.
Who would play you in a movie about your life?
Ooh. Oh, I got rapid fire. Dak Prescott.
Oh, what's
Okay.
one word you hope people associate with you?
Huel.
I think that's our 1 minute.
Oh, wow, that's fast. Okay, yeah.
It
Nice.
is very fast, but it gives us a little insight.
That's
But
fun.
there has been a whole character description. And it's been fun getting to, see your background and just the human personal side to you. I mean, you are just
I am human.
you are super easy to get along with. It's
Oh, cool.
super.
Thanks.
Yeah. You're cool, right? You're right.
Yeah. You never know,
No,
I
it's
accept people.
it's been fun. You never know where these, conversations are going to take us, but we got to see little insights into just totally random things. But I think it was pretty entertaining, and I appreciate you taking so much time out of your afternoon. Or is it
Me
afternoon?
too.
Well, are you?
Yeah. I'm Central. You're Central?
Yeah, I'm Central. So it's 4 o'clock
Yeah.
right now. So you're going to be.
Afternoon. I guess some would call it early evening now. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess we're on that point. But this has been just so much fun getting to talk with you. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've loved every minute. So
Yeah, thanks
being
for
on
even wanting to talk to me.
No, this is an honor. I appreciate it. So thank you for being on the podcast.
Thank you. Thank you so much. This was fun.
You're welcome.
Thanks for listening to the Sheckler Spotlight with your host, Harrison Sheckler. If you've enjoyed this episode, be sure to subscribe, follow, and share the show with a friend. New conversations drop regularly, so stay tuned. And thanks again for listening and being a part of the journey. Follow Harrison Sheckler on social media and visit harrisonsheckler.com to learn more.